My fault.
Hey guys, welcome to the EverQuest II Planes of Prophecy expansion live stream. We're super excited. We have a ton of stuff to show you today. Do you want to start out by introducing ourselves? Anyone?
My name's right here on the screen. I'm Kyle
You
Valley.
pointed at
I'm
my name.
Candor, lead designer of EverQuest II.
Sorry. And I'm Lauren McLemore. I'm producer on EverQuest II as well.
Right. I'm Roxanne Sabo. You might know me as Roxley. I am the community manager for the EverQuest franchise. So, I guess we can start out with the most exciting news first. You can pre-order Planes of Prophecy starting today. That should be up soon. Super exciting, and we have a ton of new features. So if you guys want to start talking about those, what's coming? What can players expect?
All right, all kinds of stuff. We're obviously we've already announced we're going to level 110. We'll also be going to level 110 for trade skills. All the Ascension classes will be going to level 15 with new spells. Just want to make it clear that none of the old Ascension spells are being replaced, so all those Ascension spells that you already got are good to go. So these are all new spells and new abilities. A lot of the class abilities have been revamped, so we're looking forward to seeing you on beta and checking those out because we really need you to test them and give us feedback. Also, let's see, what else are we doing?
Don't forget about the increased mercenary levels.
There it is.
as
Right,
well.
oh yeah, mercenaries are going from level 5 to level 10. There's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, there's
There's a
so
lot.
much packed into this.
I'm super excited.
Leveling weapons, that's the next one. We're going to have leveling weapons. Some of your weapons, some of them, we won't say which ones, are going to level. So,
Yes.
pretty cool.
No,
They
it's
gain
super exciting.
experience, just
And we get
like
to go to
you
the
do.
planes.
Yeah, and you'll actually get one if you buy the expansion in the collectors and premium will actually come with one of those leveling
And
weapons.
Yeah, do you want
It's
to
a
show those
crossbow.
items?
Crossbow.
If you
Crossbow.
pull it up on the thing, we can actually show off some of the cool stuff we're going to be including with the collectors and premium editions.
Yep.
That's my favorite. I'm pretty
Where's
excited.
that? Oh, there we go.
Let's
Let me
see.
full screen.
Here we go.
But yeah, so you guys can see kind of like our standard breakdown between standard collectors and premium and all the awesome stuff that comes with them. But yeah, so Skewer the Equalizer is going to be
I
one of
broke
our
something.
leveling
So-
weapons.
So obviously
There we
the
go.
base one comes with the level 100 character boost, but you'll see that the collector's edition comes with a level 100 trade skill boost, first ever. So somebody might be excited about that. And lots of other goodies, mercenaries, mounts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
We're going to show a lot of this stuff
This
here.
will be
so,
shown off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot of this will be shown in game pretty quickly, but just giving you guys an overlook at what to expect from all the different expansion options. And then don't forget, like, the level 100 boost is always a great way to like level up an all or get ready for expansion if you're not quite there yet.
Yes, and they get that when they pre-order it,
Yes.
along with the Clockwork Calamity Illusion. Ugh, so hard to say. That's actually my favorite thing. If you pre-order any of the editions, you get the Clockwork Calamity. It is adorable.
So the so just to be clear, the Clockwork Illusion is kind of replacing the statue. It's a buff, just like the statue, but it's also going to be one per character, so all your characters get it. It's a really cool illusion. It's got emotes and everything. Oh, I'm not looking at the camera.
it's hard when it's right in front of you on the screen.
Huh? Oh,
Oh, for
there's
the
a
video. Huzzah.
Fancy. This is my favorite thing. I remember seeing this for the first time. I was just like, oh my goodness, I want 6.
This illusion is actually supposed to be a classic Clockwork from EverQuest. So it's got the turnkey on his back and stuff, and it's got some really cool animations. Tom Toby put a bunch of extra work in to give it a bunch of emotes and stuff. It dances. I believe it does the robot and
I think you can actually
some other
emote
stuff.
when you're on a mount too, if I
Yeah,
remember correctly.
it'll stay on a mount, and it flies
It's
on
pretty
all the
cool.
mounts. It's really cool illusion.
Yeah, he definitely did an awesome job. So do we want to get rolling then and start showing off some of the cool stuff that we have in game? Or
Sure.
sound
Yeah.
good? Cool.
Yeah, that
Let's get Tim
sounds
over
good. We'll get-
Tim up here.
Yeah, we'll get Tim up, and then don't forget that you can pre-order starting today.
Right.
If you pre-order, you'll be able to get into beta, which will also go up this afternoon. And then again, our scheduled launch date for this is November 28th. So get ready, start getting hyped up for it. I think this is going to be an awesome expansion pack, and I can't wait for all of you guys to play it. But I'm
Very
gonna pass
excited.
off. Bye, guys.
Yes, let's get Tim up here. We can hop in game and start showing you some of this super cool stuff. Cool, you're just gonna have to
All right. Hope everyone can hear me.
F11 and then tab back in. Switch back to the main camera for a second. Oh, you're not Lauren anymore. Now we have Tim Hadelar joining us. Do you want to introduce yourself really quick? I know you're messing on the computer.
Yeah, hold on.
No worries. There you go.
All right. I'm Tim Heidelar. I'm art director on EverQuest II. You guys have probably seen me on here a few times in the past. And I'm
Cool.
actually going to show you some cool stuff. Starting
Yes.
off,
He's the wizard behind the curtain.
Sit behind the curtain.
I
Let's-
try and hide as much as possible. Yes.
We all do. Okay, let's go ahead and bring that up so you can start showing off.
All right. I'm going to
Here we
cheat
go.
here. Can I fly? Good. I can fly.
There you go.
All right. So what we're showing first is the prestige home that comes with the expansion in the collectors and premium editions. It is somewhat reminiscent of the Plane of Innovation, and you'll see. I'll give you a good kind of scope on the feel for the size and the scope of the zone. We took a lot of feedback that we've gotten in the past against the prestige homes we've been creating, and wanted to kind of dial it down a bit, but take some lessons from one of our most popular homes, which was a floating island, and I think you guys are going to love this. So, just to give you guys an overview of it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love this.
I'm going to speed up here because it's pretty big. So, here's just a panoramic of it, and then I'll explain the details. And it's basically, I don't know, we just kind of had some fun with it. Put a big drill on the bottom because maybe it flies over to someplace, drops down, takes some resources, and leaves. Who knows? But you can see the open area here, and just a gauge of size, is not massive. Again, it is based kind of on the floating island that everyone really, really wanted. Just a lot of flat space, not obstructed with too much stuff. And then for good measure, there's some floating islands on the side just to kind of separate some things. And then, of course, just some simple interiors so you guys can build. And then a few other features. There's a water area with just some pipes going on.
Those are always my favorite.
Just a little flavor. And then there are tops, again, so you guys can kind of separate some of your builds. And then a couple more floating islands on the side. Right there.
It looks pretty cool.
And that's pretty much it. Again, it's just open, lots of usable space. And then we built, let's see, should we go on to the items included?
Yeah,
Let's
for
do that.
sure. I think you have the illusion, all the mounts and familiars,
Actually,
or whatever you got.
nope, they're not showing up. So we'll explain them and then we'll go to the website to show the other pieces.
That's fine.
So we've got the teleport item. Kyle, explain.
Yeah, this is the teleport item that you get. Obviously, we've been giving it away with each expansion every year that takes you straight to the expansion. This one's actually going to have some other destinations that you'll be able to unlock via quest content. But right now, it's you can place it in your house and use it to go to the expansion. It's pretty cool. It's right out of the Plane of Innovation. As is this cool salesman's crate. So this is your salesman's crate with your 100% penalty reduction on it, and it's got cool moving gears, and it kind of looks like my old beatbox from when I was a kid, when I used to do breakdancing and stuff.
All right. And we'll
Awesome.
transition to the website.
Yeah.
Did you want to show the
Just
mount
gonna
that
hang
you're
out
on?
here for a minute. Oh, you didn't show the mount. Oh no. Okay, I'm coming back.
This
How
is
about
He's pretty cool.
right? So
Been
this
growling at us
is
the
this
whole
is the
time.
collector's edition mount. Yeah, it looks like it's a ground mount until you hit the fly button.
Not cheat flying, actually flying.
Nope. I can't.
No flying. Really?
No one wanted to tag
So
us
the
on
wings.
flying.
Let's go to the website.
We can do that.
Apparently, the wings are afraid
He's
to
hopping.
come out.
He's trying. He's camera shy. It's fine.
No, I don't think flying is enabled in here, which
No,
it
that's-
should be.
That's fine.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
why we
can
have
also,
beta
We
today.
can also show it off in the Plane of Magic. Yeah, we can
Yeah,
do
we
that.
definitely.
But there's a mount video, right, Tim?
Yes, there is. All right. But here's the building block set. We took a different approach with this too. Let's see. Can we make this
Yes,
larger?
this is from the collector's
That is
edition.
Oh, yeah,
correct?
building
hardly
blocks.
HD.
With moving stuff.
Yeah, so it's much more utility to complement the zone and other blocks we've. Whoa, hey there. Let's go back. To complement sets that already exists in kind of these themes. Is that a pause? That is atrocious.
It's buffering. Nice.
Two buffers? All right, perfect anyway.
I mean, you can kind of
So
see it.
we have some particle emitters that you can place by the bottom to kind of replicate smoke, some steam. We actually have a conveyor belt. It does not move items, but we thought it'd be great for setting up kind of factory ideas and some moving pistons if it actually wanted to move. Come on, should I just watch it on YouTube?
Just angry at us.
Why is it angry?
Well, these items that we're showing off are, again, parts of the collector's and premium editions, which you will be able to pre-order starting today. Yay.
Go away. Hold
It's
on,
so
I wanna
cool.
show that.
Bringing you back up. Pre-orders are starting today. The expansion is currently slated to launch on Tuesday, November 28th. So we're not too far out, which is why it's super cool and important, too, that if you order today, you can also participate in our closed beta. Super important. We're super excited to have people helping out. Got a lot to check out. We're excited to hear feedback on that, too.
All right. And what else are we showing? So there's the crate. There's obviously the painting.
This way.
And we'll show the mounts as well. Kyle, you want to explain the difference?
Coming up. There it is.
Yeah, so this is the collector's edition mount, and this is the collector's edition mount walking, and then this is the collector's edition mount flying. So they have magical, like plasma wings that are really awesome looking. They look way better than they do actually in that video. We'll show it off in Plane of Magic when we get there. And then this is the premium CE, which you can see has different horns and different armor and different cool stuff. And then
There you
flying
go.
away.
Watch
And
it
it's
fly.
really cool to fly on because you kind of sit on the back haunch, so you kind of it looks like
hey,
you're
hey, hey.
like you're
Spoilers.
actually flying them out. It's really cool.
And one thing that should be noted about this is the wings obviously disappear. So
Yeah.
when you're on the ground, it's a smaller mount. It's not one
Yeah,
of the bigger
so when
ones.
you're on the ground, your wings aren't out. You're not blocking people from getting to the merchants or the vendors, and also it doesn't fly. It doesn't hang off the ground. It sits on the ground like a running mount, and then it takes off with its magical wings. It's really cool.
Let's show some of the other things. So
Yes,
Merc.
they're all super cool.
And this is our female puzzling Merc, and she's gonna be really happy to go adventuring with you.
She looks super excited.
Yeah, she
you
is.
could tell.
She's totally into it. She's just like, "Wah." If you need to get the blood off your armor, she can help with that.
Yikes.
That's disgusting.
That's it. We're ending. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
Oh,
And
God.
let's show the crossbow shortly.
Oh yes.
Here we go. This is what I'm most excited about,
Crossbows.
maybe.
And this is the collector's edition one. There will be other crossbows. They do fire crossbow bolts, and I believe that there's a new skill involved with using them, and everyone can use them. All classes can use them. They fire magic bolts, so if you're a mage, you can still use the crossbow.
Yeah, it's super cool.
And this one
First
also
crossbow.
levels. This one also gains experience.
It does. Part of the leveling
Did
weapons
you want to show
mentioned
the
earlier.
familiar?
Yeah, I think it might be. Might have to spawn it. No.
No,
You can
doesn't
try to
have anything.
spawn it. I'm still on your camera. Remember, all this stuff we're showing right now comes with, again, the collectors and premium editions, which you can pre-order starting today.
All right, so Tim's going to take us to the starting zone. This is the zone that you'll be starting in. This is the Plane of Magic.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm going to cheat it here because the zone is it's massive.
Yeah, this is.
Hey, look at
All
that.
right. So give a bit of a guided tour and kind of explain what we were thinking. This is where you arrive, and obviously this should look familiar to a lot of people. As I'm flying around the zone, just take cues basically from the Wizard Spire. There's a lot of inspiration drawn from this, and the lore the design team came up that kind of drove the visual aesthetic of the Plane of Magic. And you'll be able to see it's pretty apparent. There's kind of an overview of the plane as a whole. And that's the Arcanum Fount, or Fount of Arcanum.
Fount of Arcanum. Yep.
Goes above and below. And this is... Ooh, we're going to stay away from the cities. Leave that for you guys to explore.
So you guys said you wanted another expansion with a lot more floating islands, so we
Here it is.
decided to give you one.
And a floating house.
Yes. And again, I just want to reference the shape. You can see that it's very reminiscent of kind of the wizard spires.
Yeah,
There's-
so this is the plane of magic. This is where the spires came from, and they are all basically built in monument to this plane. And this is the Fount of Arcanum, which is basically the mother node of all the magic, and it all comes here to coagulate. That's probably the wrong word. I'm in a mood today.
Always.
So this is one of the magic constructs. These are animals, but they're actually constructs of pure magic. They're not golems. They're what we call constructs. So, and they basically behave just like normal animals.
Aw.
Yeah, I think you just
Not
aggroed
happy.
some.
Yeah.
Hi. Bye.
Normally, get out of there.
All right. They're probably still
Pretty
chasing me.
cool. Yeah.
Hey,
This is the meta-ethereal plains. This is the big open area. There's lots of creatures running around here.
Yeah,
It's very, very big, so
Try not to give too much away.
definitely a lot to see too.
yeah.
Do we want to
And
grab?
this is Stonehenge as opposed to Woodhenge or Hayhenge or
Everyone's pissing at me.
yeah.
Just like regular animals.
Set aggro. Rawr.
Stop. You're calming them down. There we go.
That's one of the classic. So we did some classic elementals. They look a lot like the elementals from EverQuest. They're kind of the heart-shaped things with arms. I'm not gonna call them what I normally call them, and they're really cool though. They're very nostalgic, so we like them.
Cool.
Show off a bit more. Again,
Looks
shape
awesome.
cues.
Yeah, but there's a lot of cool POIs in this plane.
I don't want to show all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should.
We'll skip that.
Ooh, look at that.
Give a peek onto the west side or east side.
Can do
Yep.
that.
Should we show the map?
Through the Mist River, into the Esoterra Gardens, all the gnarl root trees. Woo! We'll be spending a lot of time here.
Less angry now.
This is one of the construct owlbears. It's probably my favorite, the pink owlbear. It's supposed to be purple, but I say it's pink.
And we'll save that area as well.
Yeah. Did you
We'll
want
just
to?
kind of take a peek over the side.
Did you want to show the Valor's Roost,
Yeah, let's
the
hop
one up
there.
behind you?
Oh, I know where it is.
It's right there.
I
Yeah.
know where everything
So
is.
this island coming up here, this is Valor's Roost, and this will be the entrance to the Plane of Valor, which is our hub for the expansion that will be accessing all the dungeons, all the solo dungeons, all the heroic dungeons, all the raid dungeons. Everything will go through the Plane of Valor, which we're not going to show you.
And there's the
That's
wings
easy
we were
to find.
talking about.
There you go. Yeah, now you're on the
Yeah,
flying
so
mount.
you can see the magic, the meta-ethereal wings. They're really cool. They're like derivative of the font of Arcanum, so they're meant to be. And these I think this mount is called the Augury Harbinger, and these are creatures of pure magic. So
This is where everyone goes, I wish I could fly that fast.
a whole new world.
Oh my gosh. They look
So, yeah.
pretty cool.
Sorry.
Don't apologize. Too, if we want to.
Whoa!
Ooh, going through the floor.
You cannot do that.
Please don't do that. Yeah, no, you can't do that. If we want to grab Carlos too and show off that crossbow, I know people
Oh.
were excited about. Ooh,
Did you want to show
Moving.
it off in Soul, or you want to show it
we
off in...
show it off.
Let's show off one more zone.
Okay, we can do one more zone, and then I'm excited about the crossbow. So
Yeah, crossbows are pretty cool. And they fire just like crossbows. They fire bolts.
That is not the zone we want to show off.
that's okay.
Was it that one, Carlos? Yeah. Or am I just going to end up slash zoning to it?
Whatever works.
All right. And again, we referenced the classic zone.
I hope your aggro's off.
Say again?
Get beat up
Yeah.
on stream. It's embarrassing.
All right. So this is the plane of innovation. And we looked at the original and took a different spin on it, but wanted to keep that same kind of feel, particularly in the outdoor area. That was kind of like, it looked like it was in the depths of a kind of a coal field. There's a lot of kind of short mountain ranges on the side. And we turned that pretty much entirely into a factory kind of setting, a very mechanical, old school in feel, as if they were burning coal and natural resources, not high tech by any means, just big furnaces and just raw power throughout. And then junk piles of either things they've created or waste they've made.
Yeah, someone asked how many planes there are. I mean, we were just at the Plane of Magic. This is the Plane of Innovation.
There's lots.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I want to say.
Yeah, we're not going to give everything
Yeah,
away
I
today.
was. That's why I was like looking to you.
Hey, buddy.
There's some that are really cool that I'm really looking forward
Yeah,
to
these are
people
just
seeing.
2 of the ones we wanted to show off today.
Yeah.
Quite a few for you to explore.
Hammerhands.
And this is just a portion of the outside area. There's much, much more in here. Oh, BattleBots.
The classic BattleBot.
Yeah.
Sweeper pan.
All right.
Will there be snakes on a plane?
We'll cheat and go a little quick just to show you.
Will there be snakes
And
on
if
the
you look
plane?
way in the background, you might see a bit of a factory, perhaps.
It's a small world.
Oh, you shush.
after all. Just kidding. Oh, cool. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. I love the way these walk. Tim, can you show them? So these are based on the illusion that you'll be getting.
Literally
They have a
my
really
favorite thing.
cool strut. And they got the little spinning things everywhere. Art just did a phenomenal job on those. They're a lot of fun.
I love, love, love the illusion.
Our team always has a lot of fun with anything that's mechanical.
Oh yeah. So again, too, as a just
We won't go
reminder for
today.
anyone who might have joined us a little bit later, Planes of Prophecy actually start today, and we're slated to launch in about a month, November 28th. Pre-order, you get that cool little mount that looks like that little guy that just, or not mount, sorry, illusion that looks like that guy that just walked by, and access to beta, which is also going to start later this afternoon.
Yeah.
We'd super appreciate any feedback you give us through beta. Yeah, sure.
I'm stepping out.
We're shooting.
Pre-order.
We're shooting to have beta
By
by 2 p.m. PDT.
Go back to main for a minute.
Obviously, if everything goes smoothly.
Yeah, sometime this afternoon. We're shooting for round 2 for beta. So you'll be able to play everything. Well, yeah, more or less everything you're seeing today. Give us feedback on
Well,
it.
so that's not true.
More or less.
The first week, we're only going to have the overland zone open. We need everyone to get in there. We need as many people to get in there as possible. We need you in the overland zone, running around, finding places that you're going to get stuck, that kind of thing. And obviously, there's going to be a lot of quests. We did probably twice the quest content for this expansion that we've done
There we go.
for any expansion in a long time. So
Yes. And then we brought Carlos on if you want to take a moment to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Carlos Mora. I'm a senior game designer. I mostly do raids and pretty much anything.
he does
content.
everything.
G Ninja.
Don't let
Is
him
that-
fool you.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Ninja, not G Ninja.
There's a
G's
G in
silent.
front of it.
It's like gnome.
It's
I don't know how to
Ganinja.
read.
It's
Oh,
Ganinja, like Gary Gnu.
No, gotcha.
No GNUs like good GNUs.
I don't know. I'm the worst at reading titles. Okay, so let's hop back in game over here. What do you got to show off?
So this is Solaris Tower. This is actually the raid version. Just gonna show off the entrance room mostly, and then we'll show off a cool
Crossbow.
fight.
Oh.
Oh, the crossbow. Yeah, I can show the crossbow.
I like the crossbow. I'm excited about the crossbow.
This
I'm
guy's
like,
gonna
no.
whoop me, but okay. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, I don't have any ammo. Oh, I do. There it goes.
You weren't close enough to fire
That's
it.
what it was.
Looks pretty cool.
try to zoom in on it. He's like, I'm
It's
getting
like a giant.
sore neck
Carlos,
because
if
I'm
you wanna-
trying to look at this guy's head that's 100 feet in the air. Oh,
Getting stumped.
now you got two guys.
I'm awesome, so you know they can just die.
Oh.
And
Get on
back
that
on my mount.
epic mount, yeah.
All right, I'll turn the mount off just so
Right
we can
away
see it a
from
little bit better.
the battle.
All right. Well, this is
Pretty
the entrance
cool.
room to Solaris Tower. This is the first boss. You'll get to see him. He's tier 1. All the raid zones are going to be, well, all except for one, are going to be all tiers. So everybody will get to see all the raid zones except for there is one that has a couple bosses that is tier 3 only, but and not tier 4. It's tier 3 only. So the majority of people will still get to see it. It's just toward the end of the progression. Yeah, so I guess we can go to Solro.
We can. Also, just really quick,
Mhm.
that crossbow, because I'm seeing some stuff about it in chat, can be used by
Yes.
anyone, not
Anyone.
just
Yes,
rangers.
It's usable. It's usable by all classes, mages included. Yes, your shaman can use a crossbow. Yes, all classes can use it.
Yes. Also, once you pre-order, which you can do today, you will get the illusion and the level 100 character boost today on pre-order. Someone else was asking. So that starts today. I'm so excited.
So
Yep.
this is Solaris Tower, and this is the owner. This is the landlord.
Solro. And this is a giant elevator in the middle for a raid fight. I know you guys all loved elevators, so I'm kidding. It's not an elevator.
We decided to do all raid fights on elevators this year.
All of them. Yeah.
Yes, all of them.
All right. So let's show off a little bit of his script. Hopefully he doesn't just own me. Yeah, he does a lot of like jumping around and
Wow.
doing all sorts of
Whoa,
weird
that's
thing.
cool.
Oh, man, I would have died if I. Oh, I missed.
Goodbye. Don't
Yeah,
do that.
but I'm a dev, so. Yeah.
Normally, you don't want to do that.
Don't you wish your guildies could do that?
Boosted.
So yeah,
That was a really cool effect.
I'm gonna get him with the crossbow, because you know that little crossbow is gonna do all sorts of stuff to the god of sun.
It's the only way.
Yeah. He does some like all sorts of acrobatic
That
stuff,
is so cool.
and he'll randomly drop some of these platforms just to kind of throw you off. See, like you saw those two drop, and you can actually predict which platforms are going to drop after you practice a little bit. But yeah, you'll have to do a little bit of jumping to get out of range of those, because he'll light the middle on fire like there right now. So if you're on the middle, you'll die. Before that, he lit the outside on fire. So the area with the platforms in the middle, I mean, those are pretty much always a death zone once stuff gets lit on fire, so you can't just stay there. But yeah, got to move around and chase after him. There's more elements to this fight that will keep people busy, but I have the script sped up a little bit just to kind of show off this part of it.
That is
just 'cause
really
it's
cool,
neat.
man. So is this a tier 4 fight?
Absolutely. This is the last boss of the expansion.
Okay.
So yeah.
Wow.
So, and I know you guys are thinking, oh, he's running really slow. It'll be really easy to jump across. No, when you're in this fight, he takes away all your run speed. So, yeah, you got to get used to jumping here. You know, everybody loves jump puzzles.
Yes.
You remember Guck? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was our
That was fun.
inspiration, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
There we go.
Very cool. That is
Awesome.
super cool.
Yeah, so whole lot to show off to you today, but there's a whole lot more in this expansion. Again, pre-order today. Beta will start later this afternoon. If you want to give us feedback on all that, get all the cool items. Do you guys want to go ahead and take some questions? I have some pulled from the
Yeah.
forums.
Sure.
We can
I read
answer
through
some
8 pages of
questions.
form responses, so let me flip through these. It's 9 pages now as of this morning. I know you mentioned solo content earlier.
Yeah.
Do we want to get into that a little bit? I know we have a lot of solo
Also,
players.
obviously, the Overland is all solo content. There's also going to be solo dungeons, and this year we're going to be doing some duo dungeons. So there'll be, I believe there's 3 or 4 duo dungeons, and basically you can go in with a merc if you want, but it's a lot more effective and a lot more suggested that you take 2 people. So
They are full zones though. I
Yeah.
mean, they're not like the challenge duos where back in Siren's Grotto release, where you go in and there's one boss and you have to figure it out.
Right,
It's more than that. It's not as hard as those either. It's
No,
basically a full
it's
zone
not
that you can take
these are
with a
not
buddy.
challenge duos, they're just duos. Yeah.
They are
so-
event heroics, so they have multiple bosses, but not a whole lot of trash.
Right.
Yes, so we got solo, duo, raid content,
But
all the
so
good
like
stuff.
quests this year, in the Plane of Magic, there's 3 factions, and they all have a quest line. They all have quite a few quests. We obviously have our signature line, like we do every year. That'll take you through the storyline. That's the primary objective of the signature line, is to give you all the story and lore and stuff that's going on.
And those are competing factions, right?
Yeah, they're competing factions. So when you get in there, you have to choose a faction and decide which faction you want to work with. You can eventually work with them all, but it's going to take some effort.
Right, okay. Something else people were asking about were ascension classes, ascension levels, skills. You mentioned current
Yeah,
skills carrying
so-
over, right?
So Ascension classes are going to level 15. There won't be any of the spells that are 1 to 10 being replaced. Those will still be viable spells. We'll be giving you new spells with the new levels. We'll also be giving you scrolls for Ascension leveling throughout all the quest line. So you'll have more than enough scrolls to level all of your characters and all of your Ascension classes to 1 to 15 if that's what you want to do. There will be no shortage of scrolls. You can
Yeah,
have
there's
all-
nowhere near the time gate.
No,
at
there's
all.
there's no time gate with it at all, except doing the content. So
Right.
Which, of course, you're going to want to do.
yeah.
And Timegate, what about our altaholics?
So we made a huge effort to make this a very alt-friendly expansion. There are no prereqs except being level 100. You can come straight into the Plane of Magic. We actually have a quartermaster that will give you a set of gear that's good enough to play in the Plane of Magic, just right there, right at the start for free. This is something that's staying in with the expansion. It's not a beta feature. So if you're a new player or a returning player that hasn't played in 5 years, you just go straight to the Plane of Magic and talk to the quartermaster and gear up, and you'll be geared for the plane. And everything you get from then on will be an upgrade. So
Yep, and like Kyle said, only prereq is level 100, and when you order the expansion, you will actually get a level 100 character boost.
Right.
So that shouldn't be
yeah,
holding you back either.
I would encourage everyone to go do the summer content with Yunzi, the panda. Make sure you do that. You'll have a lot more fun.
Yep.
But
That's funny, someone just brought that up.
yeah,
There you go.
since that's in game permanently now and permanent content, I encourage you to go take advantage of that. But the gear that you'll be getting to start the plane, it will be a little bit better than that stuff.
Cool. So yeah, we'll just leave another minute or two. I'll take those were mostly questions from the forums, but let's see if anyone in chat.
Well-
You will be able to copy your character over to beta. I also saw someone pre-ordering today's expansion will give you our last expansion, Kunark Ascending.
Yep.
Right
It'll
away,
give you
too.
all previous expansion.
Right. You get
content.
everything up to the
get that now,
current
too.
expansion.
Yeah, as
So you
soon
get
as
that
you
as soon as
pre-order,
you
you'll
pre-order.
get that.
Yeah, same as always.
Yeah, same as always. All the previous expansion content. Also the illusion and
Yeah,
character
beta
boost.
copies should be coming up pretty soon with the servers. I encourage you to only beta copy once because you'll just put yourself at the end of the queue if you keep copying. So if you're one of those people that's going to copy, go check 5 minutes later, copy again, go check 5 minutes later.
Never gonna get it.
You're just putting yourself to the end of the queue. So copy
Some
once.
some people are asking about Epic 2.0. Also, they're not necessary, but I don't know.
No,
how
Epic
much you wanna
Epic
talk about that.
2.0s are not required. They are not required for 99% of the content. There will be something special for those who did the effort. So
And to answer a question that's come up a couple times,
Right.
the Epic 2.0s will not be required for the majority of raid content. As of right now, they're not required for any, but they might be added to the last couple bosses. But we'll see how that goes.
Yes, it'll be for something cool, but
right,
we don't
but
want to give
they're not
everything
required
away.
for any of
They're
the
not.
Yeah,
other content.
You will be able to play through what's happening. Someone took over my computer and now I can't see.
Another thing about raids, I know people have been curious about how it's going to work. It is it is the planes. So in kind of in that spirit, there is a key system for the raids. You will have to defeat previous raid bosses to unlock further raid bosses. It's not just go in the zone, clear the zone. You might actually have to clear part of the zone and then find out that you have to clear a set of other bosses in another
Yeah.
zone before you
So-
can progress.
So the illusion is 1 per character. If it says differently on the web, then
Yeah,
the
it
web is incorrect.
will be. We're getting that
Um,
fixed right now, actually.
Originally, we had planned to do the statue thing, but when we decided to do the illusion, we thought it would be best to make it 1 per character. So
The
it's
illusion-
absolutely 1 per character.
And it's that cool.
And it's that
Yes.
cool, and it does give you all the buffs that the statue.
I think it has
normally
something
do.
like 15 emotes or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, and
Tom hooked it
It
up.
stacks
Amazing.
with the statues too, if anyone asked that.
And there might be some hidden emotes.
There's no hidden emotes.
No? You sure about that?
Wow, that was disappointing. Nope.
Okay, there might
Cool. Yes, that is one of the pre-order bonuses for no matter
Yes.
what
the-
collector's, standard edition, premium edition, you will get the illusion as the pre-order bonus.
be. Right.
Cool. I think that's about it. Toby said the emotes are secret. Well, sorry, dude. Cool. That it? Do you guys have anything else you wanted to touch on?
No, just make sure, like I said, when you copy once.
Copy
Don't copy a bunch of times because
Yes.
you're just gonna keep putting yourself at the end of the queue, and then you're gonna get angry at us. So
Don't do that.
we'll have that in the
want
MOTD
him
and
angry.
everything else. So
Cool.
we're looking forward to seeing you in Plains of Prophecy
We're
beta.
definitely looking forward to seeing you. Oh, that was gross. I was doing so well. Anyway, just as the last reminder, pre-orders start today. Actually, right now, they're live now, as some of you have already ordered. Plains of Prophecy slated to launch on November 28th, so we're not too far out. In the meantime, you can join us in beta. Would love to get your feedback. And if you pre-order, you will get all previous expansion content, level 100 character boost, and that Clockwork Calamity illusion we were just talking about. And all the cool items we showed off earlier with the collectors and premium editions. It's super cool. The team put a ton of work into this.
Oh, and the beta reward for,
Oh, right.
for doing
It's a
quests
lot.
in the Overland is a flying patchwork gen illusion. So you're not
It's
on a
really
mount;
cool.
you're actually flying around as the gen master.
It's really cool.
It's really cool. It's something new and different we've never done before. We think you're really gonna dig it.
It's really cool.
So-
I'll show that off. Actually, that'll go up. You'll be able to see at least that illusion when beta goes live. I'll have an
And
article
I think
going
for,
up later.
For heroic beta testing, we're putting in some help me, familiar leveling baubles that actually stack with all the other baubles. So you'll
Right.
be able to take your
You're right.
familiars up past level 1.
Yes.
And there's lots of other cool
I
stuff.
want to say to level 5, but I might
Yep.
be lying.
For a max of level 5 is
Ma-
what.
There you
what-
go.
what-
Yeah, there's the beta rewards are really cool. There's a lot. There's a bunch of different things you can do to get those too. That'll go up. That information will be on the website later today when beta becomes available this afternoon. You can pre-order online now, right on our website. Cool. Feature list. That was what this live stream was. I'm just reading the questions now. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. We're super excited about Plains of Prophecy. I'm really excited to be going back to the plains. So we'll see you guys later.